decided to go off to the woods of Sundre, Alberta, have ourselves a camping trip. And in addition to the tents and sleeping bags and tarps and firewood, air mattresses and pillows, and a potentially dangerous cook stove, pots and pans and coffee, frisbees and hacky sacks, and trick cereal and beer. We brought along a little about 1 inch by 2 inch rectangle of paper. And found we didn't need quite so much beer. That night we laughed ourselves breathless and got scared and staggered in the woods, eyes all lit up. When we had no other choice but to lie down, we saw our bodies join with the earth and saw the trees dance. In the morning, these two weird-looking people came by and gave us the bum's rush, left us with nothing to do but wander down the road and through the woods and contemplate the tiny mosses and lichens and mushrooms and flowers and dewdrops and the tall bearded trees, and wonder just how it came to be and just how it was that somebody could own land. I go rolling back to all the things I forgot to write down. For now I keep on wandering along, itching in my shoes, don't know where I'm bound. This here's the part of the song where I tell you about my buddy Raul. He's 40-something, from Venice. He's got a handlebar mustache even wider than his smile. And he'd walked across who knows how many countries, and the locals everywhere thought he was hilarious. No shoes, only a small bag and a guitar across his back. Unfortunately, I had a guitar too. This little cardboard 3/4 size with a white plastic Nike swoosh on it that I picked up in Chiang Mai for 15 bucks. Ended up giving away to a waiter in Bangkok who said he wanted to learn. In the meantime, it sure came in handy on that boat ride. You had to listen real carefully to hear him. Over the roar of the old diesel engine that the boatman had to keep bailing out as it flooded with river water. We rolled down that muddy Mekong, sang all the English songs he knew, and couldn't think anybody in the world we'd rather be. Although I did consider being the boatman. And offhand I asked him, "Hey man, you own a boat?" He said, "I'm a Venetian. I have 5 boats." Later on in that Indian restaurant in Luang Prabang, he was on fire, making toast after toast, yelling out for more beer lao, more chapatis. And the shine in his eye made me wonder whether he'd spent the night with that Israeli girl, whether he'd somehow temporarily unlocked that great unspeakable mystery, or whether he was just drunk, or all three. And the last time I saw him, I was rushing to catch a bus. The two of us were crammed in one of those little welded together cage-like contraptions that rides alongside a motorbike. And I was aching to be leaving so soon. Still had so much left to see and do, and I turned around to the road behind me and took the picture on the cover of my first record. And I hugged my brother goodbye and ran for the bus, forgetting that this was Lao, and after all, a schedule's just paper, and In any case, you can't be going anywhere without the tunes. So I had a half hour to cool my heels while the boys got the tape deck half working. Wow, and then fluttering, we discoed off into that great vine tangled thatch hut night. And not too long ago, this story got an interesting addendum. See, on my website, I got this guest book attached to it where you could come by and say hi. You know, it's kind of like writing on your wall before we called that a wall. And one day I remembered that I even had such a thing, and I went to it and checked, and there was this Canadian girl had written on there. She was over in Italy backpacking, in Venice as a matter of fact, and she was down by the boats, and she heard this English music coming out of one of the boats. And she was curious, so she asked the fellow working on the boat, "Who is this?" He said, "That's my brother from Canada." She even attached a picture of him. There he was, grinning, mustache bigger than ever. And I tell you that because I imagine that each and every one of you in this theater here tonight has a story, the details of which are completely different from that one, but the gist of which is the same. And when you tell a story like that, people always say, "Wow, small world, ain't it?" But I gotta respectfully disagree. Last weekend I flew here from the other side of it, and I can assure you that the world is still enormous. It's just that it's all connected. Out on a curved road, it's a different situation. White lines count the seconds of your life rolling by. Peeling back the gears and stripping away the years. And like a fresh young thing, you still know how to cry. One of these days I'll go rolling back to all the things I left lying around. For now I keep on wandering long, long way to go, don't know where I'm bound. Thank you so much, people.